to Gcor. Today we're here, round number 5 of the championship, and we're here at Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Grid is a little bit better than last week. You know, it's improved just a tiny bit. But as you can see, today we've got the GN7 boys, P1 and P2. Obviously, last time we came here to Austria, GN7 had a nightmare. Finishing the race, I think Chicona's DNF'd, and Genius, I think, finished P8 or P9, if I'm not mistaken. But clearly it looks like form and fortunes have switched around. Where's volume? There we go. Alright, cool. There, so currently Joke's on provisional pole, 129.9. Can Jeff go even faster? No, he can't. He can't go any faster than that. Let me just drop the link quickly in the chat. Bro, my thing is bugging. Ah, here we go. Share, copy link. Alright, cool. There. Okay, we're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Someone's watching. Let's see the comments. How do I check? There. Oh, the Swindon superhero, come on. That's what I'm saying. I think that's genius, you know. I think that's genius. If it is, hello, mate. Hello. The man, the myth, the legend. But yeah, now we're here at Austria. Obviously, last time out we were here in Austria. It was a disaster for GN7. But obviously here, clearly, fortunes have switched around. With that said, obviously we know the GN7's race starts are very poor. That car just doesn't get off the line for some reason. As we see, Barley sets a personal best as Jeff goes even faster. What a lap from Jeff. He goes even faster. Gap between him and P2 now 8/10. Barley, obviously he's on a personal best lap right now as we speak. He keeps in track limits quite comfortably actually. Final corner, very, very safe. And what's it going to be? A 120, 130, 130.7. So that's P3 for now. Decent lap from Barley, but obviously Joke, what a lap that was to put him into provisional pole. Gap between Jeff and Barley is minuscule, as you can see, and Barley loses the rear end off the exit of turn 1. He'll be safe, no damage I don't think. Dented bumper, obviously making his debut. I think it is his debut this weekend for the Ferrari team. Let's see what he can do. Very, very close actually to Barley and Driver H. You know, P2 all the way down to P5. Well, I'd even say P7. It's very, very close. You know, very, very close. But yeah, anyways, back on board with dented bumper. On board with the Ferrari. Obviously, the Ferrari made some appearances last season, but then it was Jeff and Shiduki at the time, the Ferrari drivers driving under sushi pasta. They hate the Ferrari and actually made a mid-season switch to what car did they switch to? I remember I think they tried the Beetle. They didn't like that. They ended up, oh, big moment from dented bumper. He's going to lose time and maybe even receive a penalty as well. Yeah, he does. So his lap time's gone. Invalidated lap time. That's a shame, you know. He was on a decent lap. He actually improved on his lap, as you can see. But yeah, anyways, let's check the championship going into this weekend. So after, oh, Bali again. This time it's at the final, between the final corner and the penultimate corner. Bali's gone almost into the barriers. Yeah, Jeff said the car is looking good. He's very confident in the car, so that's good. Obviously, as I was about to say, championship-wise, we got Joke leading the championship, 5 points ahead of driver H. And then after that is Gold, P3. Gold's currently on the lap as well, just slightly up. Gold is P3 in the championship on 30 points. TTV Rawscope is in 4th on 21 points. Astra 5th with 19 points on the same points as Shiduki and Monaco. Sivu is in 8th with 15 points. Bali also on 15. Jeff's had a tricky start to the season. He's currently 10th with 7 points. So this weekend will be big as we see TTV Rawscope going to P2, Jeff now to P3. Driver's got a half a second penalty. And after that, Crazy Kai. Then we have Sushi on 4 points, Crazy Mac on 3, and Gasping on 1 point in 14th. So yeah, now definitely this is a big race in terms of the championship, especially if you're driver H and Joke really fighting for it. Obviously right now is advantage Joke. He seems much more comfortable, but the way that things switch very quick. I've just checked the weather report. Conditions will be cloudy and expect some rain as well in all 3 sessions. Be prepared with inters and full wets just in case. So there may be rain. There may be rain. I haven't checked the forecast, but there may be rain. Could really spice things up, you know, the rain. Calendar. See, today, just like last week, we've got a sprint race and a main race. So I don't know. What I kind of realized towards the end of last season is that drivers like driver H especially, they wouldn't really prioritize qualifying, you know. They'd want to have that, you know, obviously it's reverse grid for the sprint race. They'd want to have that poor start type of thing, like poor qualifying, so that the grid start for the sprint race, they're higher up. You get me? And then obviously from there, go and dominate the sprint race. Obviously it'd be hard work in the main race, but with that said, more laps in the main race to kind of claw back some points, you know, make some overtakes and make up some positions. Especially when you got a start as good as him. Currently, everyone's on an out lap apart from Joke and Bali, who are in the box, and Shiduki, who's actually on a lap. Shiduki's kind of struggled, you know. I remember the early days of his career, early stages of last season, finishing on the podium back-to-back Grand Prix. I think that was really good for Shiduki, you know, in terms of confidence, in terms of everything. You know, I think at one stage he was kind of there, third, fourth in the driver's standings. But since then, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the car, if the car is just falling away from him, if it's confidence. I'm not quite sure. But Shiduki's kind of like, I don't know. I don't believe he's dropped in terms of skill level, but something's definitely not the same from the first couple of races when we saw Shiduki make his debut. You know, was he just within track limits? He was. Goes faster, but obviously not by enough. Jeff goes even faster. 30.6, just about misses out on TTV Rawscope, man. That was narrow, man. That was close. Joke is on his out lap. Let me see how long's left. 1 minute to go. So now drivers are gonna start preparing for their final lap. How do I do this? Drivers are gonna start preparing for their final lap now. Oh, Joke Jokes dropped it on his outlap too, but he saved it. That's no way to warm up your tires, mate. Is Rawscope gonna go out? He's on medium. I don't think Rawscope's going. Yeah, final lap. Rawscope won't be able to go out. Jeff's on a flyer. Can he beat TTV Rawscope? It's very close. Let's go on board with Jeff. Gold goes even faster. P4 just about misses out on Jeff in P3. Can Jeff? No, Jeff's gone wide. Or has he? Maybe it was a glitch. I think he went wide, but maybe it was a glitch. Oh, he goes fast, but it's not by enough. It's not by enough. Yo, 0.001 of a second between Rawscope. And look at the gap between Rawscope, Jeff, and Gold. Add Barley, Dented, and Driver. I think he's going to be kind of disappointed with that qualifying session, but he knows he's going to be starting P2 for the sprint race. But what a session. I mean, there was Joke, and then there was everyone else. Look at the gaps between everyone else. This is Gcor, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, congratulations for Joke on pole position. That's definitely very well deserved. Very well deserved. Put in a very, very impressive lap. But just look at that, man. Just look at that. Jeez. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. 5/10 is what separates P2 all the way down to P7. I mean, that is close. That is close. And don't even get me started with Rawscope, Jeff, and Gold. Even add Barley in that too. So close. Fair play to Joke though. I mean, the pace this man has got. Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive pace. Is he the favourite this weekend? Yeah, I'd say he is, honestly speaking. I'd say Jeff is the favourite. Not Jeff, sorry, Joke is the favourite. With that said though, the GN7 boys are looking strong. They're looking very, very strong. I mean, a 1-3 in qualifying. Very impressive, most definitely. That's the type of things we saw last season at the start. And I think this is the thing that we shouldn't kind of get caught up on. Last season, GN7 Porsche had a brilliant start to the season. I mean, they were getting 1-3s. They got a 1-2 at Laguna Seca. Everything was looking nice. I mean, they'd won 3 out of the first 4 races. But then after that, the car just fell away. The car just fell away from them. I mean, Ciccone, nothing he could have done. He didn't get on the podium a single time, actually, after his race win at Laguna Seca, in terms of main race. I mean, he got on the podium at Nürburgring sprint race, but that was about it. Genius Nature, once again, got on the podium only one more time after that. And that was in his magic moment, you know, at Dragon Trail Gardens, when he went on and won that Grand Prix. So yeah, it's a sprint. So yeah, I mean, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here in terms of the GN7 cars. But with that said, very, very impressive pace from the GN7 boys. Very, very impressive. Driver H, obviously he's going to be fighting Joke this week. Well, I don't know about this weekend, but definitely in the championship he's fighting Joke. This is not the way he would have wanted to start off his weekend if he is genuinely struggling. I mean, as I said, we've seen this a few times in the past where Driver H wants to have that advantage for the sprint race, you know, gets the jump on everyone, dominates the sprint race and ends up winning. But if this is his pace, then it is quite concerning, you know. If you're looking at it from a Driver H perspective, you're seeing Joke there qualifying pole position by, I think it was 5/10, if I remember well. Will it say there? No. But yeah, qualifying on pole by like 5/10. And then you down in P7 is definitely not the best of scenarios, but driver H's experience. I mean, oh whoops. Obviously, I'm not driving this season, so I don't know how tough it is. But going off last season, I think last season was definitely a tougher fight. You know, with Lightning. Obviously, I say that with all respects to everyone on the grid this season. You know, and obviously most of the drivers are the same drivers from last season, but Lightning seemed like a beast, and who knows, maybe Joke is the beast, maybe Joke is the next Lightning. I'm not one to talk, I'm not racing, I'm not the one on the grid, but it did look, you know, Lightning looked tough, he looked tough, and I think Driver H, if he can go toe-to-toe with Lightning, I think he can definitely go toe-to-toe with Joke. I mean, this season, by the looks of things, Joke has kind of had the upper hand. You know, I mean, Driver's not won a single race this season. I think Joke's won, I think one or two races. So Joke has had that upper hand, but but Driver H has just used his experience and his racecraft to only be within 5 points of Joke, and I think that's very, very impressive. You know, very, very impressive. Yeah, Genius has said, we look good here. I'm confident we can close the gap on Red Bull in this one. I got either one of the GN7 boys or Rawscope getting his first. Maybe Shaduki or Driver in the sprint race as well. And yeah, Genius has definitely got a point, but we'll have to find out in the next 14 laps or so. You know, in the next 14 laps. It's going to be a good one, though. It's going to be a good one. Let's tune in. There we go. So, as you can see, Shaduki first, Driver second, Dented third, Barley fourth, Gold fifth, Jeff sixth, Rawscope 7, Joke 8, 5 lights up! And it's away, and slides out, and away we go here for the sprint race at the Red Bull Ring. Driver H, sorry, gets a really good start. Dented, P2, Barley into P3, Shaduki's had a terrible start, Rawscope into P4, good move from him. Oh no, Gold! Gold's been turned, and Rawscope! Gold and Rawscope have been turned! And Jeff's been given a 4-second penalty! I think Jeff might have been involved. Joke's made up a couple of positions. I didn't see what happened before. Like behind. It was all so chaotic, but by the looks of things, maybe, you know, Jeff was probably involved. Anyways, back to the front. Driver H got a perfect start. Got a perfect launch. Went past Shaduki. Took that lead, and this is what we were saying. Driver H likes doing this, getting the jump. He likes having a bad qualifying, so that in the sprint race he starts higher up, gets a good start, and now he can just manage his tires and run away. Dented in P2, Barley P3, Jeff P4 with a 4-second penalty, which is gonna kill him. It's really gonna hurt him. Joke P5, Shaduki P6, Rawscope P7, and Gold P8. I saw some team radio going on, and I think it was Gold saying that he's going to report Joke. So I think Joke may have been involved in something. As I say that, Joke receives a half a second penalty for track limits. But it looks like both GN7 boys, the guys who are meant to be the favourite for this weekend, Dented's been given a 1-second pen. The drivers who are meant to be favourite this weekend in the GN7 boys, both drivers are going to be under investigation by the looks of things, and are now running P4 and P7. Obviously, we're only one lap into this weekend, you know, in terms of the sprint race and the main feature race, but it's not been the best start for the GN7 boys. I think as soon as Joke can get his half-a-second penalty done, then we're going to see some pace. You know what? I'm going to take this time actually to check what tires everyone's on. So, drivers on soft tires. So that explains the launch that he managed to get. The soft tires giving you that extra initial grip off the line. Dented, also on softs. Barley, mediums. Joke, he's got front bumper damage as well. Mediums. Rawscope's got rear bumper damage. Mediums. Jeff, mediums. Gold's on soft. As I see yellows. Wait, what's happened? Who's that? Dented! I think Dented went wide or something. I missed that. I missed that. So that's definitely not going to help him, especially as Dented's on the soft tire as well. Gold's on the soft and Shiduki on the mediums. Just been given a half-second penalty, track limits. That must be. And remember, last weekend, Joke, another track limits penalty. Last weekend, that's what kind of defined the race towards the end, you know. At where were we? At Watkins Glen. That's kind of what defined the race, as Jeff sets a new fast lap of the race, a 131.9, really showing the pace of the GN7. I think we can go faster than that though. But yeah, it was really the track limits violations which kind of gave us our race, you know. Obviously Astra getting his maiden race victory, just about beating Joke. It was a brilliant battle. It was a brilliant battle between Joke and Astra. But obviously, as I said, the track limits kind of ruined what could have been an even better battle, you know, a wheel-to-wheel one. Obviously, in terms of the championship, if the race were to finish like this, a driver would take, he'd eat into Joke's championship lead. As I say that, Joke sets the fastest middle sector of anyone. Joke's not messing about. But you see, this is the thing with Joke. I think that might be another track limit. Yeah, another track limits. He serves both penalties at once, and what helps him is that Rawscope and Jeff also have penalties. Dented gets past him, but come on boys, let's try and keep the car within track limits. Dented's going to get a penalty for that. Dented, oh! And Jeff as well. That's so unfortunate. I thought Jeff was good, to be honest. I thought Jeff was good. Call me biased towards the GN7 boys, but I thought Jeff was good. Maybe if I see a replay, I'll be like, yeah, maybe Jeff may have overstepped the limit. As we see, Rawscope really pushing that car to the limit. Dented though, gaining. Yeah, not as much as I thought he would have. With this said, watch the. Oh, Mad Mike's entered the lobby. Obviously, me and Mad Mike came close last season. Dented there, side by side to Rawscope. It's a drag race now, down to turn 4. Onto the brakes. Dented manages to get Rawscope, but Rawscope's smart. Jeff almost collides with Rawscope. But Rawscope comes out unscathed. Obviously, Rawscope's already got the rear bumper damage. Jeff again, really pushing his limits. I think the two came together. Obviously, Jeff's going to be serving his penalty. Dented likewise. Rawscope's got a 1 second penalty too. I don't remember him overstepping the limit for track limits. I don't remember Rawscope going over track limits. Jeff's penalty is now being served. Dented too. Rawscope's now going to get another track limits infringement. Watch it turn up on the screen. Watch it pop up on the screen. There. 1.5 seconds. Meanwhile, the boys at the front battling it out. Driver and Barley. I feel bad for him because I honestly believe Barley's got brilliant race pace. As we see, Dented, he's going to receive a penalty for that. Rawscope goes wide. Will he get 2 second pen? I think he's good. I think Rawscope's good. But yeah, Barley, I saw him last weekend. I think he had really good pace, but it was just so unfortunate. You know, just getting into incidents which weren't his fault. Last time round, he managed to set personal best at 31.6. Whilst driver set 32.2. Joke set a new fastest lap of the race, 31.4. Jeff and Rawscope going side by side. The two touch. Really battling it out. The two Brit. Jeff's going to try to go around the outside. He's going to try and tiptoe his way. Bear in mind, we might be getting rain in this Grand Prix. I'm not sure. Jeff goes slightly wide. And he receives a penalty himself. There's Rawscope going everywhere. Look at these two. Really fighting it out. And with all these penalties, remember, Gold made contact. At the start. He was looking the wrong way. All of a sudden, Gold's gonna get some action too. Rawscope goes wide again. I'm telling you, it's because Rawscope's got rear bumper damage. That's why he can't really make these corners. I feel bad for him. He can't make these corners because of the damage, and as a result, he's just getting penalty over penalty over penalty. Let's check the tire life for everyone. Obviously, Rawscope's on the mediums, so they're not too bad, you know. But obviously, that rear bumper damage just killing him. Gold on the soft, looking a little bit worse, obviously as expected. Shiduki's kept his tires in good nick. 1 second between the two boys battling out the front. And driver H, for a driver who's on soft tires, it's not too bad actually. It's not too bad. His tire wear, his tire deck, he's actually kept his tires in quite good nick. Joke, again, tires are decent. Not Joke, sorry, Barley tires are decent. Joke though, that's the one that you got to keep an eye on, an eye for. He's on mediums right now. He's got front damage, but he's been really putting in the laps, you know. He's been mashing good work every single lap. Been closing that gap. Dented, tires aren't in, I mean, they're not in the worst condition, but they could be better. Jeff, Jeff's got a penalty too. I was going to say, Jeff, this could be an opportunity for him to steal P4, but no, not this time at least. Jeff behaves himself, keeps himself within track limits. Rawscope though is boxing. The damage is too bad. It's a shame, man. It's a shame to see Rawscope box. I think Rawscope had decent pace this weekend, as you saw. Anyways, back to the boys at the front. Driver's actually increased his gap, and he's actually, you know, used a little bit more of his tire. He's beginning to push a little bit harder. Joke though, all over Barley. There he is, Joke. He's gonna go down the inside. He's gonna send it. Can he make the move stick? Oh, into the braking zone. Side by side they go. GN7 Porsche versus the Mercedes boys. And yeah, he manages to get the move done. Good move from Joke into P2, and that's big because obviously Joke and Barley are on the same strategy. Let's not forget, Joke's got front damage, front bumper damage, and you know what, Driver H now. Obviously, I know Driver H. Obviously, I don't know if it was part of the plan for him to qualify so low down. Whether it was or it wasn't, Driver H now knows that Joke has been P2, his closest championship rival. Even if Driver H were to win this race, this sprint race, this is still very good points for Joke in the championship. And bear in mind, Joke is going to be starting from pole position in the main race. Driver H is going to be the driver starting from P7, the man who's going to have to make his way through the field. I mean, Driver H can do it. He's one of the top drivers on the grid. Some may even say the top driver on the grid. But it's going to be hard work. You know, it's going to be hard work. Look at Joke. Fastest first sector of anyone. Purple. He goes purple. He goes slightly wide though. Joke, he just needs to remember, don't push too hard. He can let the car do its own thing, you know. And see, this is what I'm saying. This happened last week. Dented also gets a penalty, I can see in the background. But this happened last week as well, man. Joke had the pace to go toe-to-toe with Astra. He had the pace to steal the race victory. But it was these silly little penalties, you know, half a second here, half a second there. Maybe the odd 1 second here and there. It's what killed him, man. The sky is beginning to get a little bit more grey. I don't know what the weather's saying. I know they said, you know, Genius was saying expect some drops during the weekend. Yeah, the weather doesn't look too bad, you know. I'm looking at the sky. It could be worse. It could be worse. Hey, shout out to Lightning. Lightning's watching. So yeah, it's great to have Lightning in the vicinity, you know. Shout out to Lightning. Hopefully we can see him back on the grid soon. For someone. Driver H taking a lot of the inside curb there. Usually we've seen drivers get penalized for track limits. I don't know about going using the inside curb. I think he's got away with that. The man actually hasn't got away with it. It's Joke, and this is what I'm saying. Driver H, however, last lap set fastest lap of anyone. I mean, like, bear in mind, Joke was flying, and Joke had to serve a half-second penalty. But Driver H setting a fastest lap on 9-lap-old softs is a statement. That is a statement. He was setting 32s, you know, look at that, 32.9, 32.2, 32.2, 32.3, 32, and then he slaps everyone with a 30.9, not even a 31. He thought, nah, bun that, skip the 31s, we're going right into the 30s. What a lap from Driver H last lap. That's a big lap, and that's a lap of someone knowing now it's time to push. Now it's time to push. Remember earlier in the race I was saying, Driver H has managed to keep his tires in good nick, in good condition. Now you can see the tires begin to wear, because now he knows it's time to put in the laps. It's time to really push the tires now. Time to use that extra juice that he's been saving the whole time, you know. And clearly he's managed to use them well. What lap is this? It's going to be a 31 surely. Yeah, it's back into the 32, 32.6. Not as fast as the 30.9. That was beastly. I mean, I don't know where that lap came from. And if Driver H ends up winning, you know, touch wood, you know, I don't want to give him commentator's curse, but if he does end up winning, he's going to look at that 30.9 and think, flip me, what a lap, you know. Raw scope, 30.1, yeah, never mind. Driver H teammate TTV Raw scope set at 30.1, no surprise really, on fresh softs, you know, make that 29.5. Excuse me. Just raw scope. As I said, fresh softs. The fuel's kind of gone down in the car, and he's got nothing else to lose really. I mean, he might as well take the extra point for fastest lap. So yeah, raw scope. He's probably going to finish off with fastest lap 2. He's managed to fix the rear bumper damage. That's really what killed him at the start of the race. But now, Joke. Let's see what he can do now. Let's see what he can do. I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that last season BMW was a better car than this season's Genesis, you know. I'm not quite sure, but definitely by the outside it looks like it. Joke, that's track limits, mate. Not to be a snitch, not to be a snitch, but that's track limits. Yep. Joke, man. There's no need. There's no need. Joke, bro, you've got the tire advantage. You've got the tire advantage. There's no need to be silly like this. Driver had a little moment though, coming out of turn 1. Last lap was a 32 flat. Joke was 5/10 faster than him. Once again, we're seeing Joke hunt down another driver for the race win. But by the looks of things, his Hamasha is going to be track limits and just, you know, going over the step. I don't think Joke needs to push that hard. And as I said last weekend, if you tuned into the stream, maybe that car is just a bit of a diva. Maybe that car is just a tricky car to drive. But I don't think Joke needs to push this hard. By the looks of things, he's got that natural pace. That car has got decent race pace. Jeff into P4. He's managed to overtake Dented. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on Jeff and Dented, you know. But Driver H, what a mature drive up to this point, man. He's driven so well. He's driven so well. What's really gonna test his mental ability, his mental capability, and his driver skill and his maturity, it's gonna be the last couple laps now. You know, tires are gone. Tires are gone for Driver H. He's gonna have a very fast GN7 Porsche of Joke running at him. If Joke stops getting penalties, it's gonna be a head-to-head. It's gonna be a head-to-head. That GN7 looks decent though. Jeff managed to get past Dented, and already he's managed to gain some time. Dented, I saw him go wide in the background. Expect him to get a penalty. Yep, as I said, I feel like a snake, man. I feel like Gunner. But 1.1 is the second. 1.1 seconds is the gap at the top between Driver H and Joke. As I said, now this is going to be where it gets tense. Now, Joke, he doesn't need to exceed track limits. He doesn't need to. He's got the tire life advantage. He's got the pace advantage. That GN7's look much faster than the Genesis this weekend. But then again, it's Driver H. Never, ever count Driver H out of this. 0.7 is a gap. Last lap, Joke 32.7. Last lap, Driver 32.6. I think Joke had a penalty to serve. But it's going to be close, man. It's going to be close. Edge of the seat action. Further back, not many battles. I mean, expect Gold to get very close to dented. Driver H keeps it within track limits. Gold, Joke 2. Joke takes a lot of the inside curb, you know. He takes a lot of it, but that's allowed. Gold's gaining on dented. He's gaining. Is he gonna send it? We know Gold likes a little dive bomb here and there. Now, anyways, we're gonna pause that battle. We're gonna go to the battle for the lead. Joke's been given a half a second penalty. Joke's been given half a second penalty. I mean, the gap is half a second between Driver and Joke. But this is gonna be big. This is what we were saying. Last lap, Joke was 1.1 seconds fast. As I said, there's no need for him to go over track limits. Further back, Gold has managed to overtake dented, I presume into turn 1. But I missed it because obviously I'm watching the fight for the lead. Gold goes wide. Gold misses the apex. Gold misses the apex. Dented's going to be all over him. Gold there trying to break the slipstream. There's also another battle up top. Barley and Jeff. Everyone. Oh, but Jeff's got a second penalty. Everyone's fighting now towards the end of the race. Joke is struggling on fuel. He should be able to make it to the end of the race. But this last lap is going to have to be a beastly last lap from Joke, because Joke just keeps on making life hard for himself, you know. Driver H, this will be a big win for him. I know, obviously, it's not ideal with Joke finishing P2, and obviously Driver H is going to have to make the comeback drive. Later on, it's going to be his turn to make the comeback drive. This is still a good result for Joke. Let's not take anything away from this. But it could have been a last to P1. It might still be a last to P1. We'll find out in 1 lap's time, in 9 corners time. Driver, can he keep on the deck? Joke goes wide once again. Expect a penalty from him. Further back, everyone's kind of chilled a little bit. Is Joke going to receive a penalty? I don't think so. He's lost time anyways in the proceedings. Driver H though, what a mature drive from him. What a mature drive. As you see Mad Mike leaving the paddock. What a brilliant drive from Driver. Obviously, as I said, touch wood. I'm touching wood right now. No Diddy. But like, Driver H driven so well. And surely the race win is in the bag now. I think Joke's giving up. 1.8, you're not making, no regular drivers making that. Oh, Barley makes his mistake. Jeff, half a second behind. I don't think he can, just because of the half a second penalty. These penalties, they all add up, man. They all add up. And I'm seeing a little trend, you know, between GN7 boys. They've got pace, but they can't keep it on the grey stuff, man. They can't keep it on the deck. Driver H now, 2 corners to navigate. -1. The home straight now. He keeps it on the deck. Driver H is gonna win the sprint race at the Red Bull Ring. It's his second win of the season in terms of the sprint. Joke 1.2 seconds behind, takes home P2. Barley P3. I'm sure he's going to be happy with that, especially with his misfortune of last week. Jeff P4 could have been a podium, but still a really good drive from Jeff, especially after the start he had. Gold P5, I think he'll take that after being at the back. Dented P6, I think he would have won a little bit more, but there's always the main race. And Shaduki P7, TDV Rawscope was all over the Beetle, and Rawscope P8 with fastest lap. What a good race that was. Oh, what a good race that was, man. What a good race. Driver H though, what a drive. Very, very mature drive from Driver H. And in terms of the championship, the gap closes. The gap closes. Result screen. Alright. Result screen, result screen, result screen. There. Because I know Genius is gonna wanna take down the results, you know, for the championship. Look at that though. Look at that. 30.9 fastest lap for Driver H, and the craziest thing is, Driver H's fastest lap was actually faster than anyone. Apart from raw scope, obviously he was on fresh softs, but apart from that, Driver H, a man who was on softs, which were, let's not forget, he didn't do his fastest lap when his softs were fresh. He did his fastest lap when his softs were dying. I think it was lap 8, lap 9, when he set his fastest lap, and my word, did that come in clutch. I said it earlier in the race. If Driver H is gonna win this, he's gonna look at that 30.9 and think to himself, "Wow, what a lap!" Because without that lap, you know, if he sets to 31, even if he's like 31.5, it's definitely a much closer ending. And who knows, maybe Jolk pressures him into a mistake. I mean, by the looks of things, Driver H doesn't feel pressure. You know, this man's cold-blooded, but anything can happen. You know, anything could happen. Barley though, I think he'll be happy with that. P3 on the road. Jeff with a P4. Could have been more. Could have been more. That car has pace, but I think he'll take the positives out of that. He'll learn from the negatives. He'll take the positives and move on. Move on swiftly. Trust. No Diddy, man. No Diddy. Yeah, nah, that's all good. That's all good. Oh yeah, now that was a good race, man. That was a good race. I'll do interviews. Main race. So yeah, obviously this was this is the result, right? Wait, let me get back to it. This is the result, but obviously this is pre-pens. You know, some drivers may be under investigation for some incidents, you know. But for now, that's how it is. Yo. Cool. Is there a way to watch replay here? Ah, I need to save it. Should I save the replay? Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Alright. Main race is going to be coming up though. Is there a way to check the weather? Ah, here. Hey! So, expect rain at the start. Expect rain at the start of the Grand Prix, as you can see. It's light rain. But that's definitely gonna throw a spanner into the works. Most definitely, that's going to throw a spanner in the works. Opinions on the race? Definitely it was a good race. It was definitely a good race. The start was very chaotic, very hectic at the start, but yeah, it was definitely a good race to watch. I can't lie, the GT7 boys, they got pace, man. They got pace. I mean, I'm not even trying to be biased, but as long as the GT7 boys don't get penalties, who knows? Ah, Shaduki, man, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't get that too often about my voice. Happy with the result. Yeah, no, the result's good, definitely. From a GN7 perspective, yeah, it's definitely a good result. Obviously, most of the points come in the sprint race, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens in the... No, most of the points, sorry, come in the main race, but we'll have to see. Now, that was definitely a good race, a good watch. The track limits, though, everyone seems to be struggling with track limits. I think it's very strict around here, you know. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Jeff, bro. I appreciate that. There's also something Jeff's doing, like this. Let me see. It's like this charity thing, this charity race that I wanna kind of like promote. You get me? Let me see. What's it called? The charity race. Jeff's doing this charity race where some of the Gcor guys will be in it as well. I don't even know where to find it. I think it's in the news. Yeah, nah, best result we've had all season, man. Definitely the best result for GN7, man. Yeah, it's the Nürburgring 12 hours. Jeff's gonna be competing in the Nürburgring 12 hours, him and Shiduki. So yeah. Chance for people to donate their P's onto the streams. Available for people tuning in. And yeah, definitely best of luck to everyone participating, you know. Best of luck. Anyways, the grid is almost set. The drivers are almost ready for the main race. Who do I think is going to win? I don't know, you know. I don't know. Joke looks fast. He looks very fast. And if he can keep it out of trouble, if he can survive the early expected showers at the start of the race, then I think he's definitely favourite. I've seen his pace. Obviously, he's the man leading the championship. He always seems to end up on the podium by the looks of things. You know, no matter the situation, Joke is definitely the favourite. I'm looking at those track limits though. I mean, if someone can, you know, unstable Joke, then it's all open all of a sudden, you know. If someone can make it hard for Joke, if someone can battle hard with Joke, then definitely anyone, you know, it's open for anyone. Maybe if the rain is worse than expected, maybe Joke might make a mistake, but definitely I think Joke is the favorite, most definitely. With that said, the GN7 gets a really bad start, man. The GN7 gets a very bad start. It's always been like this in the, like, since we returned to the GT cars, in the GT format. It's got, you know, it's been terrible. I remember back in Gen 2, Gcor Gen 2, back when GT was the main series, all those years ago. The GN7 used to have a brilliant launch. Guys used to think GN7 had launch control. It was so powerful off the line. But now, you go backwards off the line. At first I thought it was me. I thought it was something up. Honestly speaking, Genius and myself, we never got a good start. And even now, Jeff, he's meant to be the best start on the grid. He's falling down. He's falling down the grid at the start. You know, I remember at Watkins Glen, and that's not a skill issue, man. That's to do with the car. So I most definitely expect Joke and Jeff to be fading at the start. With that said, let's get ready for the race. Let's get ready for the race. As you can see, 1 lights up, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are up here at the Red Bull Ring. And it's lights out and away we go here at the Red Bull Ring. TV Raw Scope, just like Driver H in the sprint race, gets a really good start. Joke, as expected, struggling. Barley's got the inside goal too. But Raw Scope comes out ahead. You know what, compared to previous races, Joke's start wasn't even that bad. But now we've got a massive train. We've got a massive train behind Driver H, and Driver H into P3. Driver H into P3, what a start. Barley hits Driver H, but this is huge for the Grand Prix. Jeff goes wide. Jeff goes wide. It's all kicking off at the back. It's all kicking off. But what a start from Driver H. The guy went from P7 all the way up to P3. What a start. That start has to be up there with Driver H's start last season. If you remember at Autopolis, what a start that was. But this one arguably might be even better with what's at stake. If Driver H did not get such a good start, he'd be here fighting with Barley, fighting with Gold, fighting with Shiduki, fighting with Dented, fighting with Jeff. But now that Driver's got such a good start and has made up so many positions, now He only has I mean, the next car ahead of him is Joke, the man he's fighting in the championship. I remember I was saying, it's going to be hard work for driver H in the main race, you know, to make up positions. There's definitely advantage Joke. I was saying all this in the sprint race. Now turn up to the main race, it might just be the other way around. Dented is in an awkward position. He's got Jeff ahead, he's got Gold beside him. Gold's gonna try and send it. It's all popping off. Shaduki, even Shaduki's there. It's good to see Shaduki battling as well. But man, what a start from driver H. Dented though, he's got a second penalty. Is he gonna send it on Jeff? No, he's gonna stay sensible. He's gonna stay behind. He knows there's better opportunities going down to turn 4. Go on board with Jeff. Oh man, I miss his cockpit though. I do miss his cockpit. Is he gonna send it? No, he's not. He's gonna be sensible. Dented's gonna be sensible. Further back. Shaduki's seeing an opening. Is he gonna send it? No, not really. Up at the front. I think now the front 3, the front 3, the front 4, they're gonna start to kind of like tire save, you know. Let's see. TDV Roscoe, soft tires. Joke, mediums. Driver, softs. So that may explain why driver had such a good start, because he's on the soft tires. Jeff, mediums. Gold, soft. Dented, mediums. Barley, mediums. Shaduki, mediums. So I think it's a 3 to 5 split in favor of the mediums. Jeff, second penalty. Gold, half a second penalty. As I said, track limits. Sadly, track limits is the star of the show this weekend. You know, and that's how it be sometimes. You know, that's how it be. But yeah, I think obviously it's a 2v2 currently. It's Genesis GN7, Genesis GN7. I'd say advantage. It's hard, man. It's hard to really say who the advantage is with. Let me see if anyone's got damage. No one's got damage. No. So everyone came out of that unscathed, which is great to see. You hate to see drivers picking up damage. I'm not quite sure who's got the advantage right now. It's hard to say, really. Obviously, in terms of track position, is the Genesis boys. Sorry, the Genesis boys have the track advantage. You know, they're in a better position. But you look at the tires. I'd rather be on the mediums, me personally. I'd rather be on the mediums. If you're thinking more long term, I think Gold will get past Jeff here, because Jeff's penalty is 1 second long yet there. As expected, Dented wants some too. Dented wants some. But nah, he's not gonna get some. He's not gonna get some. At least not yet. Did Dented manage to keep all 4 tires within track limits? No, he didn't. There's our answer. There's our answer. There's our answer. TTV Roscoe really flying though. Up in the lead. Joke, half a second penalty. And this is the thing. This is the thing with the GN7 boys now. Penalties every lap. With that said, Jeff all over Gold. Look at him. Jeff can sense that P4. He's going to go around the outside. Can he make the move stick? Round the outside. And he can. Brilliant move from Jeff. But with that said, Gold's not going to give up. Gold's not going to give up. He's going to try and pin Jeff. Gold is going to try and pin Jeff side by side. The two drivers go. Obviously, BMW and GN7 have a rich history of fighting. A rich rivalry. Oh, Gold manages to retake P4. Brilliant battling from both Jeff and Gold. And Dented wants some. Once again, Dented is hungry. But once again, Dented has been slapped with a penalty. Jeff, though, he's going to be smart. As long as Jeff can keep... bro, I'm tweaking. As long as Jeff can keep it clean and not get any track limits infringements, and as long as he can get a good run into turn 1, who knows? Obviously, Gold, as we said previously, is on the soft compound tire. So Gold has that pace for now. For now, the soft tire is the better tire to be on. I'm not gonna lie. Driver H has managed to get past Joke. Driver H managed to get past Joke. I've missed that, and that could be big for the championship. I think that's when Joke had to serve his penalty. I think that's when Joke had to serve his penalty. That could be big for the championship. Jeff's been given a penalty, and this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying. It's just penalties for the GN7 boys. That car seems fast, but it seems like a bit of a monster to try and tame, let's say. Driver H though, there. He's on the soft tire, obviously, for now. But if there's anything that we learned from the sprint race, Driver H, he knows how to look after his tires. You know, he knows how to caress his tires. He knows how to put them in a nice window. Just massage the tires, man. He might be on the soft tires. You might be thinking, oh, the tires are going now. But really, in reality, there's a lot of life left still. As we saw last race, I mean, was it lap 8, lap 9? Driver H set a 130 point. Wait, something's happened behind. Dent's made a mistake. Dent's made a mistake. Anyways, back on the fight at the front. Driver set a 1 minute. Oh, and TGV Roscoe's gap's closed as well. His gap's closed, and he's got a penalty too. 1 second pen as well. Maybe a slight lapse in concentration from TGV Roscoe. But yeah, let's not forget, driver set the 1 minute. What was it? It was a 1 minute 30.9, which was a beastly lap. He hasn't got good exit here though. Joke is all over him. Will Joke send it? I think it'll be very risky for Joke to send it. He's gonna have to stay behind, surely. Yeah, he stays behind. The sensible thing to do. He gets a really good run, and maybe all this thing I'm saying, all these things I'm saying about Driver H having his tires in good nick. I don't know. Maybe Driver H and TGV Roscoe are beginning to feel their tires now. I don't know. Joke goes wide with that said. Driver sets a personal best middle sector. Will Joke get slapped with a penalty? I hope not. Driver H much closer to his teammate TGV Roscoe. And now this is a weird situation. If you're Genesis, do you imply team orders? Do you tell TGV Roscoe to hop out the way for Driver H? I mean, if you're looking at it, Driver H 30.8. I mean, out of the top 3 drivers, Driver H last lap was the fastest out of the 3. Let's not forget, Driver H is a man fighting in a title. If, I know it's going to be tough, but if somehow the Genesis boys can switch position without Joke, you know, hopping on the bandwagon and slipping through too, and TGV Roscoe can hold up Joke, that would do miracles for Driver H. With that said, remember, we were meant to see rain, but we've not seen the rain yet. I can see some of the cars have their windscreen wipers activated. I don't know why. Maybe there's just some condensation in the air or something, because there's no rain. There's definitely no rain. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're thinking about it from a team's perspective, I mean, TGV Roscoe's been slapped with a 1 second pen, so the switch might just happen naturally, you know. And the drivers have their windscreen wipers on. That is rain. That is rain. That is rain. It's little drops. It's little drops of rain. Don't get me wrong, but it's rain nevertheless. Maybe that's why TGV Roscoe is beginning to struggle a little bit. Because of the rain. It's not much. It's very, very light rain. Let's go on board. You can barely see it on board of Driver H. But that GN7 is fast, man. It's so, you can see it in the mirrors, man. Is he gonna send it? It'd be risky, especially with the rain coming down. You can see it here at turn 3. It's definitely more prevalent at turn 3. There though, Joke, he's got a good run. He's got a good exit, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Roscoe's got a 1.5 second penalty. Maybe Roscoe's beginning to... I don't know if it's driver error or if it's... Because obviously, the unfortunate thing about being first is that you hit the parts with rain first. So you experience the loss of grip first. The drivers behind, they can see you go wide. In their head, they'll make a mental note and they'll be like, yeah, alright, Roscoe has gone over a puddle there. Now, I'm not going to go over that puddle, you know. They're going to learn from Roscoe's mistake because Roscoe is the leader. He's the first one hitting the puddles and where it's wet on track. Roscoe's going to lose the lead. Most definitely, surely. Yeah, he does. Is he going to lose P2 too? He's going to fight it. But he loses P2 as well. He loses P2 as well. So, driver H, now it's your turn to be the man going into unknown, you know. And honestly, I don't blame TTV Roscoe. Oh, Joke's on wide. He's gone wide. Joke's on wide, and Roscoe's going to be all over him. Roscoe's going to be all over him. Joke's been given a penalty as well. TTV Roscoe, he sees the inside open, and he takes it. He takes the inside. Can he get him on the brakes? Heavy braking now. TTV Roscoe keeps it clean. Jokes, he's got a better exit, but bear in mind, Roscoe's going to have the slipstream now. Going down to turn 4. Roscoe slides out to the inside. Joke holds his line. Roscoe, can he get the move done? Second time lucky. Oh, close. But he can. He can. Brilliant move from TTV Roscoe. Take a bow, lad. Brilliant move. You can see Joke. Joke saw TTV Roscoe there. Joke lost the rear end a little bit. He lost the rear end, and it doesn't help because it's slippery as well. And Joke's gonna have to serve his penalty too. TTV Roscoe did not want to wait for Joke to serve his penalty. He wanted to get the move done there and there. No, with that said, Roscoe gets a penalty of his own. So now, with these drivers getting pens, driver H now can begin to open up a gap, but he's still got to be sensible with the rain. I think now is a good time to have a little tire check. Driver H's tires are halfway, so he's looked after his tires quite well. Roscoe's tires are halfway, but in a worse condition to his teammate. Joke, obviously out of the top 3, having the best tire wear right now. Obviously he's on the mediums. Further back, I haven't really seen Gold and Jeff for a minute. Gold's tires, yeah, again similar to Roscoe. Jeff's are in okay condition, slightly worse to Barley's. Actually very similar to Barley's. Then you got Dented, then you have Shaduki, and that Beetle, man, I feel so bad for Shaduki, man. I feel bad for him. I do feel bad for him. I mean, he set a personal best first sector. But anyways, back with the boys at the top, and you can see the rain indicator. It's a little bit of rain, and definitely it's enough rain to make a difference on track. Most definitely. Joke's gonna take P2. Will he? No, he won't. He won't take P2. Roscoe goes defensive. Joke though. Oh, brilliant defending from Roscoe. Brilliant defending from Roscoe. Ah, he goes wide though. Joke goes wide. I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest. I mean, it's been the story of this weekend, to be honest. The track limits. That GT7 Porsche has so much pace, and obviously I'm not one to talk because I'm not the one driving it, so I don't know how it feels. But 1.5, that's what I'm saying. These penalties is what's killing Joke. You know, it killed him last weekend. It's killing him again this weekend. It killed him in the sprint. Oops, sorry. It killed him in the sprint, and it's not doing him justice here too. Trust, track limits, man. It's on a King Von flex right now, bro. It's taking bodies, man. Killing people. Going toe to toe with Von himself, man. Jeez. Hey, the rain's getting worse though. The rain is getting worse. I don't know. Maybe that's just just the GN7 Mercedes car, but it looked like on the bonnet of Joke's car, it looked like it looked much worse. I don't know. Let me check the rain indicator. Ah, it's pretty much the same, really. Hey, Roscoe's in. What tire? This is big. Does he go inters? I think it's too dry for inters, but obviously he's the man driving. What's it gonna be? It might be mediums to the end, you know. I can't tell if those tires are marked or not. I think those are slicks. I think those are mediums. I think those are mediums. Off with the softs. They look like mediums to me. We'll have to see, you know. We'll have to see. Further back, Dented and Barley. Good to see some of the midfield boys from time to time. It looks like it's the softs again. Surely not softs. Roscoe's feeling right to the top now. Oh, Dented goes. He misses the apex there. I think it's softs. Yeah, it's softs. It's softs. And to be fair, softs will be able to make it. Softs will be able to make it. I mean, he's only doing 1 lap extra, to be honest, but now, yeah, no, they will be able to make it. They will be able to make it. I'm looking at that. Let's see what else has been said. Red Bull are now also on 100 points, and McLaren on second team running. Currently, after the sprint race, standings look like this. Jokes on 62 points, Gold 52, Roscoe 34, Shiduki on 23, Barley 21, and that's the top 6. That's the top 6, yeah. Driver H follows suit. Driver H follows suit. He's in as well. I'm guessing for some more softs. And really, I guess it's softs or nothing. Jokes being slapped with a 1 sec penalty. And really, it's softs or nothing, to be honest, because if you deep it, with the rain coming down, you want the most grippiest tire. You get me? The grippiest tire of the slicks, obviously, is the softs. Will Roscoe be able to undercut Driver H? Actually, let's see. Driver H is put on a little bit less fuel. Roscoe's got him. Roscoe's got his teammate. And Driver H has a 3-second penalty. So you see, this could be big. This could be big. I don't know if Joke knows or not. I mean, Joke's got a second penalty of his own. But if Joke boxes now, it's going to be very close. I think if I'm Porsche, sorry, I'm boxing Joke now. I know he's on mediums and mediums can go longer, but I'm boxing now, putting on self softs. Whatever you can do, I can do better. That's what I'm thinking. That's my mindset right now. And Joke listens. Joke listens. Joke listens. He's in. He's in. And fuel wise, I mean, he had to pit anyways. Fuel wise, he had to pit. So it has to be a soft tire thing. Still, it has to be soft, surely. Jeff stays out. So this is going to be interesting now. Roscoe, I think Roscoe will be the leader. I think Roscoe will be the leader. But I think Joke will come out ahead of Driver H. Because the thing is, this is a fat penalty. The reason I say that is because you don't just lose 3 seconds, but you also lose the amount of time getting back up to speed. You get me? Getting back up to, what was it? 90, 100 miles per hour. So it really does hurt. There's Joke. Roscoe's through. Where's Driver H? There's Driver H. There's Driver H. There's Driver H. And there's Joke, as I predicted. As I predicted, that 3-second penalty killed him. To the point, it's killed him so badly, it's hurt him so badly, that Gold has come out closer to Driver H than Driver H to Joke. Driver H knows he's going to have to get away from Gold, because Gold, we know, is an aggressive driver. If Gold starts you know, playing with Driver H. If Driver H starts faffing about with Gold, it's gonna lose him so much time. It's gonna put him on the back foot. And I mean, P2 will go. P2 will go, let alone the race win. I don't know. 9 laps to go. The leader now effectively is Rawscope, Joke second, Driver H third, Gold P4. Jeff's in. Expect him to put on the softs. And to be fair play to the Genesis boys for putting on the softs, making them last. Because those softs did a really good job. You know, even when they were halfway done, they were still mashing in good laps. You know, still doing really well. Compared to the medium tire runners, and as we saw with Driver H, I mean that start is what's put him into this position. Otherwise he would have been battling with Gold, Dented, Shaduki, Jeff, you know, all of them man at the start, and that would have really hurt his race. I'm not saying it would have destroyed his race, but definitely it would not have been ideal. You know, that would have been another stress coming through the pack, picking them off one by one. Shaduki now is the last man to box, as we see Rawscope set a fastest first sector of anyone. Yeah, very impressive stuff. Gold sets a personal best. Obviously Jeff on his outlap right now. Oh, half a second penalty. It's not enough. It's not enough to lose him the lead, but it is enough to make things spicy. Driver H now, he knows he's kind of got to push. He's got to apply some pressure on Joke. Again, championship wise, Joke will be the one leaving this weekend as the happier of the first two in the championship. It's been a good race up to now, man. Very, very good race. It's a shame with track limits though. Most definitely. Shaduki's in. Shaduki's in. Again, expect softs for him. And I think that's a shame about the GT7 series. Obviously, not to compare it to the F1 series or anything, but once you have an incident or you spin or something bad happens, you know, unlike the F1 series, there's no safety car to kind of help you, you know. At least not this season. There have been rumors around the paddock, because obviously Driver H and TGV Rawscope, their endurance racing series, as we see Joke have get slapped with a half-second penalty. Their endurance racing series now has a safety car. It has a whole safety car procedure, which I like. Gold really closing the gap on Driver H. Keep an eye on that now to less than a second. So yeah, now definitely we'll see how the endurance racing series deal with the safety car procedures, and whether whether Gcor GT7 end up adopting that same series, same principle. Yet to be seen, really. I mean, there's not really been enough incidences where we've had big enough incidents that have needed to be warranted, that a safety car has needed to be warranted, you know. So I don't know, really. I'm not sure. But yeah, no, most definitely it is a shame that if you're at the back, most likely, unless your car is on a crazy one or you're on a madness or something, that's where you're gonna finish, you know, like Shaduki. I mean, realistically, the highest he can finish is P7, with everything running normally, everything running smoothly, you know. But that said, this is still a brilliant series, you know. We still get brilliant racing. I mean, this is brilliant racing as we, you know, as we're seeing, as we're watching right now. Joke sets purple, first sector. Gold slowly eking that gap, you know. I mean, yeah, 1.1, 1.2. I mean, it's increased a little bit from last lap, but that personal best of a 30.4 is definitely impressive. Driver H 30.4 as well. So these guys pretty much running identical lap times. Joke's last lap 31.3. So 9/10 is the difference between Driver H and Joke, in Driver H's favor, in the Brits' favor. Raw scope at 30.5, still, you know, decent. Still very, very decent. You know, only a tenth slower than the likes of Driver H and Gold. But last lap, Driver H was the fastest man of anyone last lap, closely followed by Gold, of course. Driver H now really beginning to close the gap. The rain has stopped, so that's definitely helped him. But yeah, oh, as I say that, Driver H, of all people, Driver H, he sets a new personal best of a 30.2. But you see, the ironic thing is, Driver H actually has been the most behaved man this weekend. I think he's the driver. Oh no, Gold! Gold! Oh no, he's jammed! Gold! Ay, Gold! He must have dropped it. He must have put it onto the sausage curb and just lost the rear end like that. That's a silly mistake. A silly driver error. He's going to be kicking himself. He's going to be kicking himself. That's podium hopes gone now. Podium hopes gone. P4. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work to get back up. But Gold now has just made life a hell of a lot easier for Driver H. He's made life so much easier for Driver H. Bro, I can't speak English today. Because now Driver H, he can now just focus on hunting Gold down, on hunting Joke down, sorry. Now that Gold's out of the picture. That is devastating. That is devastating. Jeff on a personal best as well. But yeah, now that is very, very heartbreaking for the Norwegian. Just as I was saying, Driver H, the most disciplined driver this weekend in terms of track limits. You know, I think that's probably his first or second track limits infringement in terms of you know, sprint race and feature race combined. Joke's been given a half-second penalty, 4 seconds the gap. You know, the top three now beginning to disperse a little bit. Rawscope's just putting in consistent lap times. You see the consistency of Rawscope, very impressive. He's not setting the timings alight, you know, but they've been so consistent. Look at that, lap 13, 30.4, lap 14, 30.4, lap 15, 30.9, lap 16, 30.5, lap 17, 30.6, lap 18, 30.4. He's been so consistent, TGV Rawscope, and that's what you need in order to not only win races but to win championships. Joke's been fast. Joke's been fast. I mean, I'm looking at this. Last 2 laps, it's been in the 29s, you know, 29.8, 29.9. But before that, 31.3. This lap is going to be probably a 30, 31 something, you know, with his penalty. 4 laps to go. You can't be getting penalties like this. And Joke's in a similar position to last week. I think last week was an easier position in which, you know, Astra had damage, if you remember well, and also Astra wouldn't have felt this type of pressure in terms of leading a race, in terms of being first, you know, in Gcor. Yeah, control died, which is great. But yeah, anyways, we're back. What was I saying? Yeah, Astra, he wouldn't have felt that pressure of leading a race. At least with Rawscope, he knows how it feels to lead races. Has he won a race? I don't know if he's won a sprint race yet, or a main race. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to recheck the Gcor statistics. But Rawscope's definitely much more mature in terms of handling situations like this. Obviously, Astra, this is his debut season. Rawscope's been here now for, it's going to be 3 seasons now, you know, since the GT7 series got underway. So Joke would have to do something special. I mean, 2.6, it's doable. It's definitely doable. 2.6 seconds, but it's a lot of hard work. And I think Driver H now is really struggling. I think now he's just going to bring it home, to be honest. I think he's accepted defeat. He's accepted that P3 is going to be the highest. I mean, who knows? Joke might make a mistake, and he shouldn't give up yet. Not to hate on success or anything, but Joke, he is known for track limits infringements. So if Joke gets a, you know, 1.5 second, 2 second track limits infringement, all of a sudden, Driver H is back in the game. You know, Driver H is close again. So he shouldn't give up fully, but it's definitely a lot of hard work. Roscoe's driven brilliantly though. He's driven brilliantly. As I said, consistency is key. 30 point, he's added a 30.5 and a 30.6 since I glazed him about his consistency. Last lap, Joke 30.2, 4 tenths faster. 4 tenths faster. Hopefully, he doesn't undo all this hard work by a silly track limits penalty. I mean, a second in the next 2 laps, like if he gains 1 second next lap and 1 second the lap afterwards, puts him in a good situation. But small errors like this, maybe not so small. Maybe not so small. He was on the grass for a bit longer, doesn't spin the car. I thought the car was going to go for a split second. But errors like this, it's just not going to help him, is it? Joke, I know he's pushing so hard. And as I've said on multiple occasions, I don't know how it feels to be driving this season's car. You know, last season, the car felt brilliant at the start. Was an absolute boat of a thing at the end. That thing was horrible to drive towards the end of the season. This season, I'm not sure. I mean, if I really wanted to try out the car at, you know, maybe a pre-season, an off-season test or a mid-season session, I probably could. But obviously, I'm very busy with the main series, the F1 series, which tomorrow we're at Kota. So, wish me luck, boys. Obviously, oh, Joke had a moment there. Joke had a moment there. Obviously, this time last season, I was spinning behind the safety car, so best to kind of forget that. Let's see what everyone else is doing. Barley and Dented are on a nice little ding-dong battle. Further back, Barley's going to send it down the inside. Brilliant battling. Have these lot been battling like this whole race? Side by side, it's a drag race to turn 1. It might not be for, you know, big points, but it's for 6th and 7th, nevertheless, respectively. Dented manages to get ahead of Barley. But yeah, nah, keep an eye out for these two. Fighting it out. At the end of the day, points is points. Points is points. Oh, Dented's gone wide. Dented's gone wide. Gap closes by about a 10th. Oh, receives a half a second penalty. I'll get back to that fight in a minute. Gold, half a second pen. Jeff really now is just bringing it home. Again, I think it's a solid drive from Jeff. He's been very, very solid all weekend. I think the podium's always been kind of out of sight, you know, not out of sight. I think it's been in sight, but out of reach, if that makes sense. Final lap now, though. TGV Roscoe versus Joke. 9 corners to go. 1.5 seconds. Can TGV Roscoe keep on the black stuff? He looked a little bit shaky out of turn 1. I mean, Roscoe doesn't get nervous, but he gets a little bit shaky. Half a second pen. Half a second pen for Roscoe. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Half a second pen. Last lap, 31 flat. A 31 flat for Roscoe. 30.28 tenths was the gap between Roscoe and Joke in Joke's favour. Joke's not going to give up now. Final lap of the Grand Prix. 1.1 seconds, 1.2 seconds. TGV Roscoe has a half a second penalty to his name. It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. Can Roscoe bring it home? Can he do it for the Brits? Everyone's watching him. Or will Joke steal it away? He's closing that gap. Oh, Roscoe has a moment. I don't know if Roscoe can do this, you know. I don't know if Roscoe can do this. He's got half a second penalty. And the gap is 0.7. Joke is giving it everything. What's it going to be? We're going to find out now. We're going to find out. Is he going to do it? Side by side. Ah! Joke! No way! Look at the two! Look at the two! Oh, Joke's gone wide! TGV Roscoe is going to be a first in finish, bro! Yeah! Roscoe standing! Yeah! That was crazy! That was insane! Nah, these guys, bro. Guys gotta chill. Guys got me screaming. Yo, what a race! What a race! Look at the gap, man. Look at the gap. 0.025. Barley beats Denton. Dented. Oh my days. Driver HP3, Jeff P4, Gold's gonna be disappointed with the P5. P4 was definitely in his grasp. But oh my days, my word. What have we witnessed? What have we flipping witnessed? My word. Fair play to the Euroscope. What a race. Oh my days. Guys are gonna be rewatching that. Oh man. Yeah, nah, 34 race starts without race winning. Wow, he's done it on the 35th time. Roscoe's gone and done it on the 35th time. I mean, my word. My word. Yo! Yo! That's crazy. Wait, let me join guys' party real quick. Oh my days. Yo, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Yo!
Wait, what?
That's it.
I didn't save the
He
lobby.
wanted to save it.
Yo, that was crazy, Roscoe. Guys got me yelling, man. Yo, crazy, man. Yo, how's that race? Tell us about the weekend, bro.
Joke was chasing me down.
Yo, I saw that, man. Like, how was the nerves last few laps, especially that last lap with the half-second pen?
Charlie could tell my nerves. I kept saying, no, he's too close, he's too quick, the time's coming down.
I said we got the straight line speed, eh?
Ah, man, he's gone and done it. Is that your first win?
I think so, yeah.
35 race starts, man. You've done it. How did it feel being a race winner in Gcor?
How do you have that stats? How do you
Genius just dropped it.
What?
Oh man, who else is here? Alright. What about you, driver, bro? How's that race? Obviously P3. Championship wise, you're still within touching distance to Joke, but like, yeah, how's that race? Oh, I said I said P3 is not too bad, you know, a podium. You had a crazy race start. Obviously Joke beat you today on track, but championship wise you're still in touch and distance, so tell us about it. I think so. I mean, I'd have to check the standings again. I'll let Genius do that. But I mean, if that's the case, you've gained them, yeah, 4 points is a good difference then. So yeah, I mean, well, sprint race, man, winning that, obviously, the soft tires making it to the end, that surprised me. That lap, I think it was lap 8, you set a 130.8, that was crazy. Was it? Ah, faster lap. Yeah. Nah, that was... Nah, fair play to you, man. Fair play to you. Yeah, I mean, when you guys rewatch the stream, you guys are gonna be hearing my voice, bro. That last lap especially, tweaking out. Yeah, we saw, man, we saw. And you know what? What kind of changed everything was that 3-second pen. Killed you. Yeah, I watched everything, bro, from qualifying. I'd have to... I mean, I saved the replay. Yeah, I'd have to rewatch it again. I can't remember, to be honest. Alright, what about you, Gold? How's your race, man? P5 it was, wasn't it? You spun, man! You spun! He still showed decent pace, though. No? Yeah. Next week. Yeah, go on. Mm. 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 Yeah. Now you had pace. I mean, I saw you gaining on driver, but then obviously that mistake killed you, man. Killed you. But nah, definitely good drive. Who's here? Ah, Dented. Do you have a mic? Ah, was that your debut today? How was it, man? Tell us. Oh. Is it? Who else is here? Alright, so Dented giving me the Max Verstappen treatment. Alright, cool. I'll watch it in a minute after the stream. Wait, where have you sent it? Oh, is he? Alright, I'll check that in a minute. Bali. Yeah, how was your race, man? Mhm. I saw you got P3 though, in the sprint. Mm. Yeah. I mean, everyone was getting penalties today, man. It's crazy. Mm. Yeah. Nah, you drove well though, especially after like last weekend. You were unfortunate. I remember you involved in a few incidents. So it's good to see you like getting some good points. But yeah, nah. GG's guys. I'm gonna go interview Jeff now if he's still online. So, man, Roscope, well done on the win. Obviously, like, yeah. Don't worry, I'll check all the incidents and genius. Driver, well done on the sprint win as well. So I'm gonna see you guys next week, bro. All right. Now, where is there, Jeff? Hello. Well, maybe they're in game chat. Oh, maybe they're in no chat. Hello. Maybe everyone's gone to sleep. Oh. Anyways. Yeah, so that was the stream. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Solid race. Crazy finish. But yeah, on to next week, man. On to next week. I hope everyone can be with us next week for round 7. No, round